Hello traders and welcome to the market opening preview on a Thursday, July 28th, 2016. Traders, great to be with you. Coming from Thailand, white blue sunny skies and white sandy beaches, but nice and cool outside as we are in our rainy season. Absolutely gorgeous. Traders, this is brought to you through FXCL Excellence in Trading. Traders, please come visit our website at fxclearing.com for your trading solutions. All right, traders, let me talk a little bit about myself. For those of you who don't know me, I started trading in the year of 2006. Traders, in 2008, I retired from a wonderful 27-year career as a firefighter paramedic out of the great state of Florida. 9 days later, got on the Big Bird for a 3-month holiday in Thailand. Never been here before. And traders, I'm happy to say I am now in my 9th year living in Asia. Absolutely wonderful. And most of all, the time zone to trade is great. I can actually trade all 3 trading sessions. However, in the New York session, I only trade about 2 hours, and I trade options. So I really don't need to be in front of my charts a lot. But I don't get the New York afternoon data and volatility. That's okay. You can't stay up 24 hours a day. You got to sleep, right? And I still get a good night's rest. Up at 5:30 and we start again. So how do I trade? Well, one is I listen to fundamentals. I pay a lot of money for a news feed, and that's my choice. You don't have to do that. There are free news feeds out there. There are free news feeds that are moderated out there. You just have to look for them. They're there. I'm not going to tell you who it is, but one of them starts with an R, and they're very famous. You can get their news feed for free. The only thing is they're delayed about 30 seconds. So their numbers are going to come out about 30 seconds later, okay, unless you join their platform. All right, so what I do is I listen to news. I know what's going on. I know what's coming out. But most importantly is the shocking news. In other words, when somebody says something like Abiy did yesterday, Prime Minister Abiy said yesterday, and the markets moved on the yens, you know, that was a surprise microphone speech. So nobody was expecting that. That's why I pay for my news feed, because I get it right away and it's fresh and it's right there. It's right at the minute. However, I'm a technician. I love trading charts. You know what the good thing about trading charts is? Very simple. If you can learn to trade charts, support, resistance, price action, price structure, price failure, levels, price levels are so important. The 20s, the 80s, the double zeros, so important, those price levels, right? Look left of the chart, you'll always find that price has reacted to those levels. Well, Forex repeats itself. So when it goes back to 1.1700, right, it's going to react again. And you know that if you're in a trade and you're coming to that price level. So that's very important. So I love analyzing charts. I think it's just such a fun thing to do. Even if I lose a trade, listen, if you lose a trade and it bothers you, I mean, listen, it bothers everybody. We don't like to lose trades. But if it affects you that bad, like you're losing sleep over it or whatever, you are not positioned to be in that trade. In other words, you're either over leveraged or you got too many lots on and you just are not positioned to be in that trade, right? I have a theory, and my theory is trade a lot, but trade small. You'd be surprised how small my trades are, but I trade a lot. I can be in 7 or 8 positions a day. In options, right now I'm in 14 positions, okay? So I trade small, but I trade a lot, okay? All right, that's just a little bit about how I trade. Let's head over and look at the legal stuff, keep the lawyers happy. I don't think any lawyer from New York is going to come to Thailand to visit me. They're welcome to. This is our risk disclaimer. Forex trading has a large potential rewards, but also a large potential of risk. You must be aware of the risks and be willing to accept them in order to invest in the Forex markets. Remember, traders, this is all about capital preservation. If you don't have any money in your account the next day, you're not trading a live account. You're back to a demo account, okay? Therefore, do not trade with money you cannot afford to lose. Traders, always remember that past performance of any trading system or methodology is not necessarily indicative of future results. All right, let's take a look at some news and commentary moving right along today. Sort of mixed in the U.S. session. The Dow 30 closed, just barely, negative 0.01, so they were basically flat. The S&P 500 closed negative 0.12, and the NASDAQ closed in the green, positive 0.58, and the small cap 2000 closed in the green at 0.21. Nice move out of the U.S. I don't think that was bad. However, London did a lot better. They were all in the green. The DAX closed positive 0.70%. The FTSE 100 out of London closed positive 0.39%. And the CAC 40 closed positive 1.19%. The Euro Stoxx 50 closed positive 0.65%. Some really, really, really nice stuff. All right, let's head on over to Asia. Asia, some of their markets just opened about 15 minutes ago. The Nikkei 225 is negative 0.51%. The S&P ASX 200 out of Australia is positive 0.33%. However, China is not closed. They don't open for another 90 minutes, 75 minutes, and they closed yesterday at negative 0.27%. As long as the Hang Seng, they're not open either. And they closed positive yesterday at 0.40%. However, the Kospi is trading, and they are currently positive 0.09%, and they are only 13 minutes into their trading day. Traders, let's take a look at our economic calendar. There's only 2 high-impact news events today. However, the good news is there's a lot of medium-impact news events today. There's a lot of data coming out today, just not high impact. The pound has nationwide HP, which is medium impact. The euro has German unemployment change. That's high impact. You know, Germany has very low unemployment. They have jobs in Germany. So that should be a good number. We should see a good number out of that number. That should be a positive number for the Eurozone. Okay. All right. Now, as we scroll down through the charts here, we have a Italian 10-year BTB auction. I'm really not into the auctions. I really don't pay attention to them. It doesn't affect my trading. In the U.S., we have goods trades balance, medium impact. We have initial job claims, medium impact. And we have central bank reserves, medium impact. And that is it, my friends. That wraps up our day. But again, I've only given you the highlights. And, of course, the Fed kept rates unchanged. We're still at 0.50%, as we expected. Commentary today is the FOMC just wasted our time. They weren't hawkish. They weren't bearish. They just said nothing. They said nothing. And it's amazing. When you look at the charts reacted to nothing. Now, this is the way Draghi was 9 months ago. When he spoke, the markets moved. Whether he said something or not, the markets moved. Janet Yellen speaks, the market moves, right? However, it doesn't look like the markets liked what she said. But her statement was mixed. And some gurus are saying it was dovish, some were saying it was hawkish. So it's really, she really didn't say anything that's changed, and she said nothing that's going to change anything. And, you know, they're just playing the game. She's just playing the game. Probably because her boss is out of office in 5 months. So she's going to play it real safe. I don't think we're going to see a rate hike in 2016. They say they are going to do a rate hike in 2016. I do not see it. I think they're all full of hogwash. And it's sad to say, but, you know, everybody picked on Bernanke. You know, one thing about Bernanke, he was very active. He didn't tell you he was going to raise hikes. He just did it. You know, he didn't talk about it. Oh, 3 months from now we're going to raise rate hikes. No, he came out and he said we're going to raise rate hikes today. We're lowering rates 0.25 basis points. That's the difference between Bernanke and FOMC chairwoman Yellen. Bernanke acted. Yellen just lags along and lags along and lags along and has every excuse in the book. It's like trading. You can always find a reason to get in a trade, and you can always find a reason to get out of a trade. Just depends what you want to do. But you're not going to make any money if you don't do anything. That's why I go back to my statement. Trade small, but trade a lot. That's my point. Trade small, but trade a lot and have good money management skills. Know what you're doing, know what your risk is, and you'll be fine. You'll be a successful trader. All right, let's head to the charts. That's enough about my rant for today. And let's take a look at the euro dollar. See, here's the euro dollar. This, of course, was Yellen's opening comments. It went up a little bit. Here we are. So now the euro, now they think they're big dogs because now they're at 1071. Oh, woohoo, woohoo. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, you know what? That is going to be back down here at 1011 probably by the end of today. This is not going to continue. Okay, because if it was going to continue, it would have done so already in Asia. And Asia is not reacting to this FOMC statement. So what are we going to do? Well, folks, this is perfect for us. We're bearish the euro dollar. I want to see a couple of red candles, a nice bullish engulfing candle, and we'll sell it. Got to watch this 10 EMA, though. This 10 EMA always tells the story, right? I really want to see the 10 EMA above price, not under price when I'm selling, right? We have good angle and separation on the 200 and the 55 to the upside. So this is probably going to be 90 minutes into London, maybe even London lunch, like 2 hours before the New York Open, we'll get our trade here. So this is going to be patient with a lot of our trades. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Here is the pound dollar. Pound dollar just looks like the euro. The only thing I like about this is this has 2 touches on the resistance line, and I like that. Again, the 10 EMA is here, but it's closer to price. I like that too. So I want this to come back down, and at 32.11, we'll sell it. I did put a star next to the daily pivot point. Why did I do that? Because if you look at left of the chart, there's no price action. There's no price action. It's going to go right through that daily pivot point. That daily pivot point is not an issue today. Just ignore it. However, when we get down to the 200 and the 55, you want to get out of your trade. I wouldn't even say scale. I would say get out of your trade. This is Forex junk, and this is a mess. And if we get stuck back in this channel here, you're just going to get whipsawed around. So just take your profits from here, enjoy them, and get out of your trade. Don't be staying in that trade. Trade is just not going to work. All right, let's take a look at the Aussie. The Aussie, I'm so happy it did what it did. This was Yellen's talk. Now this is a situation where the Bears liked what she said, right? The Bears liked it. This is the Aussie dollar, so this is dollar strength, right? The Bears liked it, and then we went, late into New York, and here we are at the 38.2. But I'm pretty aggressive where I want this to come back to. I really want this to come back to the 23.6 at 0.7527. Do I think it's going to happen? Probably not. The problem with selling it at the 38.2 price level is you're coming right into all 3 exponential moving averages. The 10, the 55, the 200, and the daily pivot point. I do not want to sell into that. I want this to come up here, and I want to sell. So by the time I get here, it's a free trade. I'm break even if it's by 5 pips. I'm not going to lose money, right? That's the bottom line. I used to never say the money word. And I've done over 300 videos, 400 videos in the last 2 years. And I'm telling you, I've never used the money word. Well, I'm going to start using the money word because the bottom line is we're here to make money, right? You're not going to make money if you take a trade here and you get bounced here and this thing goes all the way back up to the R1, right? What are you going to do? Yeah, you're going to get stopped out. Where's your stop got to be? Well, your stop's got to be up here, folks. It's got to be above the 23.6. It's got to be up here. It's got to be at 75.45, right? Everybody understand where I'm coming from? Okay. Let's take a look at the Euro Aussie. This thing is just doing what it wants, right? We talked about this yesterday, right? It's just doing what it wants. It's moved up. It's come back down. This is a trend line trade. This is a trend line trade. I want this to break the trend line. I want to sell it. I'm not too concerned about this. What I am concerned about is these 2 big blue candles. Look left of the chart. There's price action, but it's steady price action. So I'm not that worried. So I think this is a really great trade, and the Euro Aussie does what it wants. I told you that earlier in the week. It just does what it wants. It goes where it wants. And it really doesn't care. All right, let's take a look at the yen pair. Let's head on over to the euro yen. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. This is really yesterday's chart. I did move the numbers, though. But this is nothing. We just want to pull back 116.82. I would take profit at 114.55. Almost 200 pips. And we're just going to let it go. Nothing to do here with the euro yen. Same trade plan as yesterday. I'm not selling here, folks. You got all three exponential moving averages and the daily pivot point. It needs to give us a nice strong pullback, and we'll sell it. And that's it. If it goes down, it's going down without me, unless it gets down to this 50% where I can get a retest and then sell it from there. But what happens there? At 114.55, you're back at support again, right? No, we want this to come back and pull back up to that 116.90 area, 82 area, okay? Look at the New Zealand dollar. What is up? Now, this is an ugly chart, by the way. This is yesterday's chart. This is just an ugly, ugly, ugly chart. Here's Janet Yellen's talk, this red candle, right? This is why the people in the media and the Forex gurus are writing that she said absolutely nothing. Nobody knows if she's bearish or dovish. She wasted our time. Well, it's 2 o'clock in the morning for me, so I don't care what she does. I was sleeping. But, you know, traders waited for her statement, and she just wasted their time because she said nothing. Then the market got pissed off and bought. Now it's sideways. We're in Asia, but we're at resistance. This is great for us. Remember, we want to take this down. I want to sell the New Zealand dollar. I'm not buying the New Zealand dollar, folks. I'm not buying the Kiwi. Nothing against anybody from New Zealand. I'd love to visit it. I'd love to go there. But, however, in Forex, I don't want to buy this. I don't care if this goes up another 100 pips. It's going without me. I don't think that's going to happen. We got a 1, 2, 3, 4 touch trend line, resistance line, and this is coming down. And hopefully it does it today. This is not an Asia move. In fact, there's no trades that we just talked about that's for Asia. Remember that. There's no moves to enter in Asia. You have to wait for London, okay? Traders, please do not trade this in Asia. You'll get beat up. This price stuff work itself out. London Open should be fantastic. All right, traders, I'm here myself, William Gilday, and I'm great friends at FXCL Excellence in Trading. I want to thank you for joining me on July 28th, 2016 on a Thursday. Big trading day ahead. I'm looking forward to it. It should be exciting. Traders, like I say every day, trade smart and not hard. Traders, we'll see you in about, I'd say about 23 more hours, and we'll see you then. I'm only 3 minutes over today. Take care, my friends. Bye-bye.